Today we're discussing 5 projects you can make in your planner using a laminator. Hello my planner pals and welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I am Di and this is Creative Comedy Design, where today we're talking about 5 things that you can make in your planner using a laminator machine. Firstly, I want to say big thank you to QFUN for sending me a laminator, because frankly, I already had one, but I have no idea where it is. So as you can see here, this is the laminator. It is quite lightweight, which is nice. It's got on-off button, cold laminating, 3mm and 5mm, and then the switch to take it between these is just here. It's very light to the touch, which I'll show you in a sec, but I did want to mention that you do get a pack of laminating pouches, sleeves, got your little user's manual. The one thing that I do like is that you get different sizes. This one, the biggest size, is probably 13 inches by 17, 3 of those. The next size looks like it would fit a letter sheet of paper. That would barely fit a letter size sheet of paper. You get 3 of those. Got these, which look like half letter. They're like 8.5 by 6.25. And then some little diddy ones, which are super cute, which are 6.25 by 4.25. And you get 3 of each of those. So that's cool that you can just get up and running straight out the gate. On the front, this is where you put the laminating pouches. So your laminating pouches come like this. They have a folded edge. You always put the folded edge into your laminator first. That ensures that everything kind of stays flat when it goes in, because all of the air bubbles get pushed out at the end. You've got different sizes here. You've got A6, A5, A4 and A3. That's awesome that it goes quite wide, 12 inches wide just there. The thing that I really thought was interesting about this particular laminator compared to my previous one is this. Now initially I thought I'd broken this because I was like, oh, the lids fell off. Well, it doesn't. It's supposed to. Because in here, there's a little paper trimmer. This is a bonus because I didn't think we were going to get this, so that's fun. There's a corner rounder. So once you've trimmed your edges, you can round the corners with this little corner rounder. And then this is a little hole punch. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little hole punch. And then you've got a replacement blade for the trimmer. And then finally we got some little binder rings. You know that I like these to put on my sticker books when they start falling apart. Let's get into 5 projects you can make in your planners and journals using a laminator. I am going to recreate my skinny journal that I made, I think it was 3 years ago, where I couldn't find my laminator to make the cover. And I did it with clear sticker paper. It didn't really hold up. So what I'm going to do is just recreate it. These are printables from the Happy Planner website. I saved these. I think they're still there. I have done a custom size. My plan is that if I have a sheet of paper, I can just cut it into 3. So this will be, it's roughly 9.25 by 4 inches. Just put the laminator on to warm up. So I'm going to trim them, and this could be any size. That's the beauty of doing things yourself. You can cut them to the size that you want. Whatever it is that you want to do. You get to choose your planner size. I do have some discs off to one side, and then I'm just going to put a strip of adhesive down the middle just to hold them together in the laminating pouch. I am going to round the corners because this is a cover. Will I get 2 out of that? Yes. I'm trying to make the most of this, so I'm just going to see if these will both fit in this pouch. I've got another little bit at the end, so I'm going to put some cardstock there. I'm literally just going to hold that. You're going to leave a little edge, just like you have here on this end. You want the same kind of difference. It's literally like 1/8 of an inch. And then that's giving me just the right amount of edge so that that is sealed. I'm going to get the corner rounder. I'm going to put this to one side, and we'll use that in a sec. As a tip, do not use laminate in your Happy Planner punch. Make sure you've got a front and a back die. Alright, so I have my front, I have my back. Alright, I'm not going to do the whole thing because I haven't got any paper to fit in it, but I think you get the idea. So I'm just going to put it on here so that you can see. I can literally just make my own cover using laminate. Now this is I think this is 3mm. I would advise getting at least 6. So make sure that you get the thicker stuff, but that is how you make your own cover, making sure that you've got the little edge there, and then you have your back cover, and you can change them because they're reversible. Alright, so my plan for this is I'm actually going to use it for the inside of my one little word journal. I'm going to use glitter. So what I'm going to do is open it, and I'm going to create my own kind of divider in here, or it could be just a flip, an insert, or whatever. I have got these. Now the colour from my one little word journal is gold and Tinkerbell. That is my theme for the year. And I've got little stars here, and I've got regular glitter. So I'm going to start with the stars, and I'm using the whole thing, the whole big thing, and I'm just gonna lightly put the stars in here. Of course, this means I'm going to be finding glitter everywhere for about 6 years. So you can see here it's flashing so that it's warming up. It has heated up. Again, you want to put the folded end into the laminator. And that is laminated. Now, this is the 3mm. This would not be sturdy enough for a cover, but for a divider, it's perfect, or something like that, perfect. So I actually want mine to go on the front of my one little word journal as a cover page to protect this vellum. So I'm going to trim this down to size. Can you see? Can you see? I always take the bottoms off my punches so I can actually see underneath. And there we have it. Can you see all the glitter in there? And then it is not escaping all over my table. It is not escaping all over my table. You could put tabs on, you could do all sorts of things with that. The next project I'm going to make is a dry erase board. So this could be for anything that you need. It could be your weekly meal planning, it could be your workouts, it could be just a daily page. I'm going to do it for my cleaning list. So I have been doing a Fly Lady sheet. If you don't know, Fly Lady is like a cleaning program, and I have these in my planner. And what I thought was, if I could create this and have it as a dry erase, because then I could just dry erase it each time that I do something. Because I have 3 months on this particular sheet, I can see immediately what I have done and what I haven't done. So I'm gonna just sandwich these together. It doesn't have to be fantastic because it's going in the laminate, right? I'm gonna put my edge together there. And then, because I want it slightly smaller, because I need to allow for, I think it's like a 1/4 inch ruler. Is that 1/8 of an inch? Yeah, it's not quite a 1/4. It's like 1/8 of an inch. I need to make it a 1/4 inch smaller. And that is just to allow for the laminate around the edge. At the end of the day, if it's a little bit bigger, it's not a big deal. Now, do I want to round the corners? I think I should. Now, ordinarily, I would not be rounding the corners on this, but because I'm going to do the laminate, I don't want the sharp edge. So I'm going to use the letter size sheet. I'm going to push that all the way to the edge. Because I've got a little extra here, I'm thinking of putting a little piece of pattern paper in there. And if you're putting multiple things in, make sure that you leave space. You leave space around them. And again, you're always putting the folded edge in first. So can you see how you've got like a little gap? You need to allow for that little gap right there. Again, I'm rounding the corners because they're quite pokey. They're quite pokey. And I will poke myself. That is perfect. So 1/4 inch smaller is absolutely perfect. I would definitely not use a Happy Planner punch with this. This punched through it perfectly. So now, rather than having all these different sheets, all I have to do is put my reusable in, take a dry erase marker, and then when I have completed something, so today I have done those, and then all I have to do, once this 1/4 is finished, boom, your plan. So if you're looking to make a dry erase board for your planner, figure out what you want. This could be stickers, it could be anything, and then just use your laminator and laminate it. So now I don't need these. I don't need these anymore. So that's fabulous. This little bit I'm going to make a little bookmark with. I'm going to save this, and like you can see, I'm going to save this. Again, around the corners. Punch a hole. And then you have a little bookmark that you can put inside a book. Got another one here, just using the same corner edge. This one I forgot to round the corners on, but if you have any spare edge to the laminate, what you can do is just put a piece of like 5-6 inch cardstock in there by 2 inches, and you can just make a little bookmark. I don't keep all of these. We have one of the little lending libraries up the street, So I will just pop these in the little lending library. All right, so then you have little bits left over like this. You got little bits left over, and then you could use this for a lot of things. You could use it as a bookmark. It's a great way to use a little offcut of your laminate. You could also use it for a gift tag, a little luggage tag. Other thing that you can do, which what I am going to do with this little scrap, I didn't like this. Do you remember when I was doing this? I didn't like this. I think I might see if that will fit in there. Oh, or I put both in. Put both in. I'm going to put both in. I like that. So what I like about this is it's going to give me the look of a shaker pocket without it actually having the interaction of a shaker pocket and risk it just spilling everywhere. So it's like a faux shaker pocket. I'm going to call it a faux shaker pocket. And again, you can cut them down and then you can use them in your pocket pages, but they don't actually shake and spill glitter everywhere. So if you're not shaker pocket savvy, these are a great way to have the look of a shaker pocket without it actually being a shaker pocket. All right, a final little project, and I'm just going to show you here. This is the little off scrap. This is a little scrap that was left over from one of the other projects. What I'm going to do is you can cut this on your Cricut. You can cut it on your Cricut and make your own stencil. If you don't have a Cricut, you can still do it. All you need is a punch. Take your punch, punch out a little hole, so then you can make a little stencil. So can you see how I've got a little row of those? And then all I have to do is just hold this down, come into my planner, go around. If you wanted to put this in your planner and keep it nearby, again, I'm just running the corners because those corners are quite sharp. The corners are quite sharp, so be careful. So this is my whole end, and then this end, I'm just going to put a couple of punches in so it'll stay on the discs. This could be any shape, but you can literally just keep it with your planner and it's there all the time. You could make any kind of stencil that you wanted, especially if you have a Cricut, but that is the easy version without the Cricut. Just use your hole punch. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you make with your laminator if you have one. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and watch this next video for some more crafty fun.